China is a great example where in a forceful manner, in a very forceful manner, almost in a brutal manner, I don't think you can do what China has done in India. Indians are… if there are 3 people, there will be 5 opinions. Like a swarm of bees, we are buzzing and seem to be going in all kinds of directions, but the whole swarm is heading in one direction. China is a great example where in a forceful manner, in a very forceful manner, almost in a brutal manner, they have taken out 1 billion people out of poverty in a matter of 40 years. That's not a small thing. People focus on brutality, but the most brutal thing is to keep a whole population a lifetime of poverty is the most brutal thing. Shooting somebody is not so brutal compared to keeping them in poverty for a whole lifetime or generations of people. Generations of people were in extreme poverty, so to move them out forcefully, it was taken out of that. I think now they're making the necessary changes, maybe the world expects faster changes, but they're making the necessary changes of shifting from a communist and forceful way of handling things to a more market-oriented way of handling. I think it's a very wise thing to do. There is no perfect way to do these things. Nobody knows what is the perfect way when 1 billion people are involved in the economy. India is doing it the hard way, but in a more stable way, I would say, because when it happens forcefully, it is easy to use force on people when they're very poor. When people are poor, stick works. When they become affluent, the stick won't work, they will turn around and bite. That time will come for China. Before that, they must change themselves. I think they're moving in that direction. Are they moving rapidly enough or not is only something we have to see how it happens. But India is going the hard way in a democratic way. Democratic way means we are constantly confused about everything. Yes, that's what democracy means. Because for everything 100 people are involved. What can be done by one man can just take a decision, but 100 people are involved. It looks like a confusion, it is a confusion, but it's a more stable way of growing because people are involved in this. Like in China, there may be 1 leader or maybe 5 people ruling the country. In India, there are 1 billion people ruling the country. In everything, everybody is on. This leads to lot of impediments and confusion. At the same time, it creates a very solid base. It creates such a solid base, it doesn't matter what happens to world's economy, you will see India is always going at its own pace, simply because everybody is involved at some level. So, these are 2 very drastically different ways of developing an economy. I don't think you can do what China has done in India. Indians are… if there are 3 people, there will be 5 opinions. So, you can't manage us like that, we're little…
Well, it feels like…
So people were asking me, Sadhguru, what do you think about India's trajectory? We are like, I was very closely involved with wild bees at one time when I was young. So I said, we are like a swarm of bees. We are buzzing and seem to be going in all kinds of directions, but the whole swarm is heading in one direction. But each one of them is doing their own thing.
Progress, there's a lot of progress. It feels like the change, the